is I continue my aggression, right? And I used slide, I used orb, and I shot my railgun, shots fired. My value is done, my peak is gone. I am now at the bottom of my value, but I still continue to go in. And this is the big mistake. YouTube, welcome to today's VOD review. We have played yesterday some games with King Tracy, and we encountered a very strong Widow yesterday, and this is a game we will review today. Like, we have won most games with King Tracy, but this one we lost. Okay, let's go. So we are on defense. We have Hanzo, Ramatra, Kiriko, which is of course a spam comp. So our goal is to just spam the enemies. Still, I am playing now in a lower elo than I am myself. So my decision is to play more aggressive than I usually should. Because I honestly just should win one-on-ones and such things. But so is the enemy though. She's the other high rank counterpart to me. As you can see here, the enemy team is very uncoordinated. Like, the tank runs away, they don't even notice. And of course I can take advantage of it. He continues pushing, and so we can punch him easily together with my Anna. So I think this sequence was good, because I baited the tank in. If the tank wouldn't come to me, we still would have had some advantage. Positional advantage and such things. And now we just won right away, thanks to that. So here we decide to test the skills of the Widow. Of course, you should not do this in a regular game, I'm fully aware of that. But I actually miss and fail. So Widow outplays us. We went too deep, that one is clear. So not too interesting, we just wait and regroup, try to not peek the Widow. Wait for our tank, so until we can contest. We heard the Widow, somewhere on the roof there. This was a Mercy, so we want to go for a back-line assassination. And here the thing is, I'm really not sure about my timing. So I kinda saw my tank going somewhere earlier. But looking back at this, where's my tank? I don't know, she's actually quite here. So my tank is fully engaged, so the timing is fully correct. Actually, it was in doubt that I was too late, but actually I wasn't. So if you look at this, like, they are really not fully committed yet. Like, my tank is, because this tank has never heard of the term of cover. Like a total unknown term to this Zarya player. Like, the Zarya needs to run the lines on the ground that appear, only run down main, never close to cover. So they are fully engaged, and my assassination of course kind of works, but you see, a little bit late. My Floor also died. Floor is of course my Hanzo, not my teammates in general. Missed the railgun on the Echo because I kinda panic a little bit. Decide to attack the Anna instead. With quite some shaky aim. I had hoped I could get away during the reload, but of course I couldn't. Yeah. So I think I could have gotten this assassination going better. So, first things first. So we assassinate the Mercy, which is perfect. We run closer, which is also good. As the thing is, I didn't need to railgun this one. I could have railgunned when she flies away. I could have kept my railgun and shoot the next one with a rail. So this Echo so I should have now 100 charge, and Echo would be already dead with a body shot. So this would be the second easy kill instead. This rail really misses? Or was it 75 damage? So here I have fully reloaded. So this end should have been dead, but I of course also whiffed my railgun here. And then I'm dead. So I could have finished the Mercy without railgun. Could have railgunned the Echoes properly. And then I could have finished her off while Anna was engaging and killed the Echo first. Or charge my railgun on Anna and then shoot the Echo. Because of course Echo in theory being the bigger threat. But yeah, well, we tried, we failed. Let's go next. So the decision itself I think was kind of okay. Because you see the killing speed of Widow, she just kills my team, so I need to go, I need to get the value. There is no playing slow and safe with my team, we would not contest whatsoever.
You're falling apart.
I'm here, sorry I skipped too soon. So here we attack the Widow from the side. And now I don't want to pick the Widow, because she might be aiming at me, there's nothing else to aim for. So I just chill here on the corner. It's a little bit risky, because as soon as she moves, she would see me unmoving, but I hear her footsteps, so it's kinda okay. I hoped I would go for a peek when she wasn't aware or prepared, but she was. And my team doesn't contest the payload anyway, so it's a 1 versus 5, so this engagement is okay. That was not projectile aim, and I didn't hear the Echo. Got an easy flank on me. Is there anything else I could have done here? I don't know, really. So we still try to regroup with our team without anyone getting headshotted. That's why we are just AFK waiting. We're scared of Widow. I have no ultra charge, so there's really no point for me in peeking. I will not kill anything here. I'm only risking to getting shot by Widow and Ash. I wasn't sure if there was any way for them to go around above the edge, though I didn't. Yeah. So here I choose to peek the entire enemy team before my tank is there. So this was too soon, I think. I kind of was growing impatient because Pelo was closing in on the second point. So I wanted to do something, maybe create space for my tank to go in. It kind of worked, but it's of course at the risk of my life. So this could have been a headshot. And I'm the one with ult, so I'm not allowed to die here easily. And then we just C9. I have mold going, so I test Widow. And I fail. 2 wins. Couldn't see good enough between the enemies. And still die. So in general, this angle was of course too frontal. So you see the entire enemy team without any cover. Like I'm not anymore close to cover. So I should decide either left side and shoot the Ana. Or right side and shoot the Ramatra. Or the right side where my Ana is scoping. That's kind of a little bit unusual for an Ana position. So I could have been here and shot the Widow from here, basically. So here we want to regroup with our team. So we wait again. And hope no one dies, but of course they cannot stop peeking the Widow for some reason. They really just cannot, you know, just chill. So they keep dying randomly, like... Why? What for? Like, there's not even the potential that Kiriko could gain anything there. That was very lucky for us. So we decided to go on the Widow before she can turn the fight around, and we survive. But we die for it. Why did we die? Should we have not died? No, I think dying here is fully okay. Like we killed 1 DPS, we killed the Ramatra, we killed the Widow, so this should be... Yeah, there should be no risk left, so we can go and stay here frontal. Of course, we see that our teammates were overwhelmed a little bit, and the enemy Echo got rest. That's something I didn't see. Is that Mercy could actually rest in front of my entire team. But they are all low, so they cannot do much, and so am I. I'm also low. And so we die to Mercy's headshot. I think this fight was okay. Kind of played a good angle until when we could, and then went in. I didn't need to suicide, but it didn't risk or lose too much. Got distracted by Reaper there, should have killed the Mercy. Would have been an easy kill. We do our dance, because they have no cover. But I also wanted to bait her, so here fully knows that I'm open, but I'm the one who can dance and my team is not. Found the Widow. Again, I think this is correct. I think I had enough value with my aggression. And again, I need to capitalize that these players are below my rank, so I need to play this aggressive, I need to carry this hard. So this is a requirement to win this game. Like, playing normal will not win this game. I need to have this amount of kills, because the enemy Widow also has this amount of kills. The question is, did I carry hard enough with this? Should I have carried harder? So of course we first played the Widow shot in the center, now we assassinate the Widow. So first healer is doing nothing. Second healer is doing nothing. And also we have so many ults, how did we lose this? And my dancing basically enabled this edge shots. Without risking too much. Oh, just shoot the Ramatra on the left. So basically this entire time, the Ash had not hit a single shot, not a single body shot as Ash has hit. So this dynamite is the first damage he does this fight, and it's after our Ana is dead. That's what I mean, I need to carry harder. Can I expect this fight to be won? I think I can, I think it's okay. I'm kind of forced to shoot because I'm about to die. So I kind of think it's okay. I really don't know how my execution can be better in general. Like, you need to go there to the front side for this Ana and stuff, so... I think here we went too aggressive, because we could have done the same with a safer position. Let's look at this. So what are we doing? We killed the Mercy from up here, this is fine. Shot the Widow from here, this is fine. Now I drop to shoot this thingy. This Pali Monkey. The Ana. But is this really so much better than shooting the Reaper that I'm required to give up my position for that one? I think not. I think just staying up and killing the Reaper from high ground, or shooting the Reaper, would have been fully enough. Like, 4 of my teammates are getting that Ramatra, so Ramatra should not be able to push the payload in this situation. The enemy carry is dead, the Widow. So yeah, shooting the Reaper, so it should not have fallen from high ground to low ground. And what for? What triggers me so hard? So I go in the center of the team, I know some are right, some are left. I have slide available, so this is also, I could have slid it out earlier. So if you consider my cooldowns, it was actually okay, but I just stayed too long. So I just really peeked, went through orb into this corner, and then went out. Or better yet, just jump up in front of the corner, shoot the orb down, and then Ana is also forced to go out of the cover. Like, I go to the here, she went to the right side, so you just slide jump and shoot the orb onto this wall. And then this entire area is orbed, so Ana can only go to here, or basically somewhere outside here, so you can see her from up here, basically. So, should have used my slide. We kill the Widow.
I expect better from you.
Bob kills the Widow. Actually, the Ashe hits the Widow, I'm impressed. Ashe hit something. So there's no carry requirement here, even though what I said before, but this should be totally fine. As long as you just keep pressuring the front line, basically. But here I stop pressuring the front line and someone dies. Instantly. So this situation I really totally misjudged. I didn't think that this was possible to lose. That's why I went for a flank, and it was a total misjudgment. Totally misunderstood situation. So here we have 4 teammates against 3 enemies.
30 seconds remaining.
But the enemies hit an anti-nade, and my entire team is just shooting at the tank, which is healed by 2 supports. Yeah, I should have. I really don't know what I should have. Probably just stand there and shoot the Ramatra.
The payload is approaching its destination.
And Kiriko also went for a hard flank and left the Ana alone. And then we still died to this one. That was kind of very tragic. Like, it was 4-on-3, but we kind of all just went away. Yeah, so that just shows. Weird flanks are not required if you are already winning, right? Should have just stayed with the team and just closed it off normally. Just pressure the front line and win from that.
I'll go on this.
Yeah, so we still expect the Widow, so we go for the left side flank right away. That's how you get high ground fastest. So Ramatra and Mercy. We hear the Widow shooting. No, we hear something else shooting. We hear the Sojourn shooting, and we get totally dominated by the enemy Widow. Did we make a mistake here? I think I was surprised by the Widow, that was my mistake here. So here enemies, I would have expected the Widow to be already set up somewhere and not walking up there. And here I walk forward. And that's what gets me killed ultimately. Like as soon as I saw the Widow, I should have taken cover first and then think about how to kill her later. So we do the same thing again, because the tactic was correct. But it's too late now a little bit, so here we're a little bit too slow. The Widow could have had 20 kills already.
Right on the money.
Yeah, so from here it's only easy cleanup, so we skip, make it fast. Now we are somewhat in a regrouping phase. We have the Doomfist in, we have the Genji on the right side against the Ana. And here we did not see the Widow on high ground. So this is just an angle we didn't know about, now we know. And we get dominated by Widow. But of course, if you do not know that this angle exists, there is really not much you can say about it. Well, now you know. So we heard the Widow steps, that's important, so we know she's on the right side, probably on the roof again. This far we knew, and of course I know you see it now in the replay view, but I knew it also in-game that she was up there. Zarya is in with her bubble. But honestly was focused so much on the Widow that I did not consider the rest of the enemy team. Should have needed to go inside, but I didn't know where. So this was the angle I should have played, right? So again, wrong angle. If you take Orisa, there's no need to be seen by Widow.
This ends now. Get in there. Let's kick this up a notch. Let's hold this payload. 30 seconds down.
So the tactic here now was basically the Genji distract the Widow and I clean up the rest. So this kind of worked better. Because the thing is that even a bad Genji can deflect for 2 seconds straight after dueling the Widow. And this is of course time I can use to kill the enemies. And this just worked very well. I know I had ult here, but I think I would have also gotten a kill or two without ult. Because what stopped me previously is always just a Widow headshot. That's the thing that stopped me from killing stuff, right? So here they just trickle to the payload, so there's nothing impressive here. Just random cleanup without C9ing. Widow told her ult on, so we need to scram from the off angle. And we are aware of the high ground above us, so we know that Widow will want to peek there. So we go around this corner jumping. I kind of pressed need healing a lot, that's why I just actually stood here and just healed me like a madman. I was sweating against this Widow and totally failed. I should not have disengaged this one. But the rest of my team still died, so if I leave the rest of my team 3 on 3, they also lost. Okay. This is kind of risky, but I want to distract them, so Widow doesn't snipe down my teammates that come up here, because I didn't trust them to come up here unharmed, so I rather risk my dance moves against the Widow, rather than my team's dance moves. It kind of worked. So again, just trying to pressure them. So basically our Hawk coming from front enabled us to go from the deck. We just need to be careful with the timing, which we nailed down because we hit the Widow right away and Widow died. So this flank was good, but this was initiated by the Hawk. We still kind of managed to die, which is unfortunate, but we should be able to win this, but we kind of are not. So I think I should have actually killed the Ana here, not the Sojourn. So in the end kind of worked out because Sojourn ulted, but then failed its execution. Yeah. So we hear Widow steps, so we instantly switch to the Widow because she's the one we need to take care of. Get a lucky Mercy fight, but now we are kind of low and we don't need to do too much here. So I think this is correct, what we do here, and our Ana cleans up the Widow. Perfect. So we hide for another flank here. 10 seconds remaining. So we want to pressure them from not contesting the payload. They kind of fail. But also kind of not. So we are in a position where the enemies are kind of trickling in onto the payload and trying to push away from payload. And me not being on payload removes all pressure from me, so I can really shoot what I want. And this is quite a good position for me. We kill the Widow. We instantly go onto the Widow. We managed to not C9, I'm impressed. And of course the Widow ult, as I see the flank and I instantly F out. Don't fight the Widow ult. Okay, so here again, I know I cross the Widow sidelines, but I want to cross the sidelines. Because I'm really afraid that someone from my team will get sniped. So I want to keep some pressure on the Widow. I hoped they could snipe her here, but I didn't find her and I get punished for it, and this is how we lose. In this last fight. So this water review is really unconclusive. Because in the end, the Widow was just better in reality. so like we made many mistakes, but the thing is that if you remember all the previous watch reviews, we did all these mistakes again, but on a lower scale, but it was not good enough to punish the Widow. I think the biggest mistake was still to not stop the aggression after getting value. Like if you remember, somewhere before we kind of killed both supports here, but then Widow rest and we still continued to aggro the Widow instead of going back to our team, for example. We kind of never reset the aggression, never turned back, never went back to our Anna or never went back to our team, but we kept going on the hardcore flank. And I think to kind of outplay enemies is kind of a good habit to kind of switch up your game style a little bit. So if you only go for hardcore flanks assassinations from time to time, then the enemies are always afraid of your assassinations as long as they don't see you. Even if you do not do them. So if you just go back and reload, the enemies just get, oh, where's Sojourn? Where's Sojourn? Oh, she might go left, she might go right, she might kill me from here, she might kill me from there. Like the feeling you have when you play against the Widow. Like, I come around the corner and I come around to dancing, like crouch spamming because I'm scared of the Widow. And this is the feeling you want to apply? Whatever word you want, integrate, whatever you want to apply on the enemies. So the enemies should think, oh, where is the Sojourn? I'm scared. The Widow should be here. Oh, can I peek here? Will the Widow jump over there? Will she jump over here? Where will Sojourn come? Where will I die from? Like the Widow should never feel safe enough to really stay and focus on her focus fire. But she was, because every time I went in, I stayed in, so I was never invisible. So that's, yeah. I think the biggest mistake I did here this entire game is just not playing the mind games enough. So again, the topic will be resetting after aggression. So, to our topic, reset after aggression. Let's see this short sequence. I'm hiding behind the wall. My team is doing stuff. We just wait. And now the enemies are in a position where I can shoot them safely from the side. So here we start shooting safely from the side. So this is no aggression, this is just using our angle on him, basically. Because, of course, I can punish him, but they cannot shoot me, so it's a good angle to just do damage. Now the Echo goes in, and now we get an easy shot on the Echo together with our Ash, and this is an opportunity for us to apply more pressure. So here we decide, okay, Ramatra dies, so now we are 4-3, and this is where I decided to aggress on them. To, of course, minimize the risk of Widow headshotting someone. As I said, Widow has fully the capability to reset this fight, so I want to go aggressive even though we are 4-3. So usually on a 4-3 you wouldn't aggress, but I still decide to do it here because Widow is a bigger threat than Ramatra and Echo together, basically. So here we go for aggression, and we go all in with Slide, and I think also Orb. We managed to get a kill, and now Echo got rest, but we got a kill. We got both supports on the back foot here in the back. So they are both shortly for 2, 3, 4 seconds out of the fight, and only Echo is 3 or 4 versus 1 Echo, basically. So what I should have done here is basically go back to safety and maybe shoot the Echo, or even go completely out and shortly just reset. This is what I should have done. This is what I should have done. Why? Because the two supports, these two, are shortly out of the fight. They were pressured back, and Echo is now fully isolated for a brief amount of time. And it's a 4-on-1 isolation, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 teammates. Just count the Dramatron to my team, never mind. Against this one Echo, and they can pressure Echo a little bit more. And every time you can pressure harder and harder and harder, and they go further back, and that spot's going further back, you can pressure the front line harder, and then the front line goes back, so you can continue pressuring, and it snowballs. Every time you get an advantage, and you get the next advantage, you get the next advantage, every time for this iteration, you get a bigger advantage, so it snowballs into winning everything. And so the first and second thing is, I'm not on a timer now. The enemies are on the timer. The slower I win this team fight, the better it is for me. Like, these 3 enemies should go on the payload and die as fast as they can to reset as fast as they can. They cannot push this payload. They should not be able to push the payload. In the end, it maybe works out because of low elo, but they should really not even try. They should go and die. So for the enemies, it's better to die fast than to die slow. For me, it's better to win slow than to win fast. How do I win slow? Well, I go back, shoot the Echo, and only punish Anna and Mercy if they fly forward. So every time they try to peek, I shoot, and they go back. That's what I should have done. But what I do instead is I continue my aggression, right? And I use Slide, I used Orb, and I shot my railgun, shots fired. my value is done, my peak is gone. I am now at the bottom of my value, but I still continue to go in. And this is the big mistake. I should not have gone in there. Like, it's a 2-on-1, they should win. It doesn't matter if you're DPS and they are support. Supports, anything 2-on-1 wins in Overwatch. Always. No exception. Except if there's a big skill diff. There is a skill diff, I know. But I do not have to rely on skill diff if I don't need to. Like, the Widow's dead, I don't need to rely on skill diff anymore. I can just shoot the echo from the back and it's safe. Right, and I didn't.